Hey, what's up, guys? So, it's Alan here, and you can see I'm out in the woods. Little creek down here. I'm in the hills of Mississippi right now, and I'm in the Clear Springs Recreation Area, right about there, which is in the Homochitto National Forest, and just getting out for a little overnight trip. I got my new Hyperlight pack. I got that on a Black Friday sale, so pretty happy with that. I got myself a new battery pack, which is heavier, but will last about 3 times as long. Got a new phone, and I made some other changes. I got I ditched the hammock on this one. I got myself a bivy bag, and I'm thinking about doing some bivy bag and tarp setup. And the one I got is a Bora Gear bivy bag, and it's got like a sil nylon bottom and an argon top with the big no CM netting, for the head, about like chest up, and it's got a top zip, right across there. I'll show you guys that a little bit later today. Probably whenever I go to set up camp. And that bivy bag is like 5.6 ounces, which is pretty impressive to me. And you see I got the same old pad. Trying to decide if I'm going to go with the inflatable or not. I have no idea. But just was taking a quick break. And I gotta say, it feels good to be out here. The legs not as tired as I expected. I got out here about 11 or so. So I've only done maybe 8 miles so far. It's like, well, it's 2:30, and I got here at 11. No, I probably did like 6.5, 7 miles. I've been moving a little bit slower. Don't have the hiker legs, They're gone for now. I mean, I'm still moving strong. I attribute part of that to, my pack weight right now with my too much food and water. It was like, I want to say right at 20 pounds when I left the house this morning. So, it's nice and light. I don't even need my poles. I got new poles. Got new Luckies. Thanks, Mom. I had to replace those. My other ones, one was all bent and the tip broke off, and I had to take it on the plane. I had to like collapse the one that was bent. I had to collapse it. It was good enough to collapse, but I couldn't get it back open. So it's trash. The other one was salvageable, and I still have it, and I'll probably still use it. Ooh, and but these new poles, pretty nice, replicas, basically the newer version of the ones that I had. So that's pretty cool. I'll try and do a one-handed. I'm not looking down at you, I promise. I love you guys too much to do that. Just strapping in for the ride. So yeah, I'm out for an overnighter out here. There's a loop. Right now I'm on the Tally's Creek Trail, which is about 10 miles, of which I have done the lion's share of it, and then the Richardson Creek Trail, which I'm going to do probably tomorrow, and that's another like 10 to 10 and a half, and that'll be it for this little trip. It was mostly just a shakedown for the tighten up that belt for the new gear. I got the bivy bag, wanted to take it for a spin. You know, new poles. Wanted to carry that heavy ass battery and see how I felt about it. I'm alright with it right now. 20,000 milliamp hours. That's pretty good. Got it on sale for like $40 on Amazon. I love Amazon. It's an anchor for the people that want to know. And let's see. Yeah. So, here I'll show you some of the trail up here. It's been pretty overgrown today. This is actually kind of a clear spot. There's been a lot of blowdowns, and in some spots the trail has been a little difficult to follow. But that being said, it's been pretty good. I haven't really gotten lost at all, and you know, just like slightly confused, like, huh? Well, where's it go, man? You know, cause like there's where'd that damn trail? Cause you know there's forest roads out here. There's forest roads, and there's old forest roads and new forest roads, and sometimes the old forest roads that are out here look like they could be just wide trail, and they're done all right with blazing some of it to kind of point you in a direction when it might be utterly confusing. But sometimes when it's only mildly confusing, it becomes utterly confusing because you're like, well, why wouldn't they mark this one? This is obviously like a place where you would not be sure. But look, you know, hey, I guess if you do 2,200 miles clearly blazed, you start to kind of figure out some path finding. I think I'm good at that anyways. Well, good enough. So, speaking of long ass trails, excuse me while I pick my nose. Excuse me while I pick my nose. I'm going to share with you guys some of my plans. So, updating gear, it's fun, but it's actually targeted. It's for a purpose. Whoa, slipping and sliding. Here, look at some trail. I'm going to be heading out to do the PCT next year. I'm planning on starting that late April, maybe early May, and I'm starting to lean towards early May. Poo poo. Ew. I'm leaning towards early May because I'm also thinking about doing the Pinhoti trail. It's right here in my backyard, relatively speaking. So I'm thinking about doing basically the whole thing I'm planning on for next year is to head out at the probably towards the end of March and do the Pinhoti trail up to the Benton Mackay and take that up to Springer. Say hello to some of the budding through hikers, class of 18, and then shuttle down from Amicalola and head on out to San Diego, or Campo via San Diego, and get started on the PCT. The Pinhoti with the AT Benton Mackay attachment, that whole connector, all told should be just over 400 miles. It's about 330 something of the Pinhoti from Alabama into Georgia. Now see, now hold on. Now this is exactly what I'm talking about, okay? See, there's a trail that goes right, and there's a trail that goes left. And do you see any markings? Here, let's do. Nice little creek down there. I love the hills here in Homochitto. All right, let's do this again. I just want to. Okay, that trail and that trail. Which one is it? Do 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 do. Time's up. Okay, I actually know because you know, after almost 10 miles of hiking on it, I figured out what the blazes are. If you didn't see it, I don't blame you. Okay, look right in between the crook of this like dead tree here, in there, in that triangle. See right there in the center of the triangle? Guess what that is? Ding 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 ding! You won! It's a blaze. Yeah. So they do have some proper, well, I say proper, longer lasting blazes that aren't just an old smudge of paint. But those right there are the original markings for the trail, so that's what I've been using to actually find my way around out here. Hey! Excuse me while I wipe my nose. It's a little chilly outside. It's like January 27th. Be careful. Very leafy, and I don't want to leave myself on the ground. No, seriously though, some of this, it's funny. You know, I'm hiking along and I start thinking, oh, this is like old AT. So it's something I used to. I don't know if I ever said that on the. Oh, I don't know if I ever said that on camera. But that was something that I used to like saying. It was a little joke. I think I was the only one that, well, I wasn't the only one, but one of the only ones that found it funny. I called it, you know, when something was particularly terrible, I'd call it original AT. Because you could see because on the AT you'd see the stretches where, you know, you'd be routed around something and then you'd see the original route and you're like, shit, man, you need like to put yourself on belay and have a harness and everything to get up that. Like, huh? No. Oh. Bad maintainers. So you get a couple of things. I mean, these are only hills, and so it's really like really short spots, but you could definitely break your leg out here. A nice little creek. Those little lines are kind of neat, man. It almost looks like there's ice formed or something. I don't know what that is. I mean, you know what? It could very well be ice. I think it might be, because I see it on the other side too. I was cold when I got here, and it's going to be cold tonight. Because it's supposed to be... it was like a high of 50-something. It's going to be down below freezing. Look. 30s is freezing down here. I am in shorts, you know, so take that for whatever it is. I'm sure it's like negative 84, just 100 miles north of here, or like where everybody else is living. Anyways, so yes, the long trails. So that's my plan, is to leave probably late March, early April. My original planning start date for the PCT was April 21st. With all the people that are trying to get on the PCT these days, I know that their server crashed a lot, and this year, for all the 17ers that are trying to get their permits, and so I don't really want to have to worry about whether or not I'm going to get my start date, so I can like buy a ticket far enough ahead in advance. So yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is the nature of this trail. Of which I may be going down the wrong side. Anyways, so So probably what I'm going to shoot for, I think, will be like the beginning of May. You know, first, second, third, somewhere around there. Maybe do it midweek so I can have fewer people, you know, going to start on that day, and you know, maybe airfare will be cheaper flying in midweek or something. Because I'm going to be flying from Atlanta to San Diego, so I'd like to minimize that. Anyways, I think that's about it for the report today. I don't know, it feels good to be back out here. I know this is kind of long-winded. It's been a while since I yapped at you guys about things. You know, the last time was right after the trail. I know I've been kind of off my game with the videos. You know, I guess since I'm already long-winded on this chunk. Look at this cool tree. I'm gonna have to take a picture of that in a second, so I'm just gonna stand here and just say this real quick. I've really been doing a lot of soul searching and processing. It's been, you know, I said in my thoughts video that I felt like I was a little bit luckier and that my transition felt easier, and you know, and really that was denial in the beginning of the sickness. You know, getting reacquainted to the trappings of society hasn't been as, you know, as easy or as fluid as I would have liked. You know, I do a good job of masking it, but I find myself really just not wanting to be there. It's nice to be out here in the woods. You know, I do have a good job that you know, allows me this. It's a Friday. I don't even have work today. I work Monday through Thursday, and I still, you know, it's 10-hour days, but I get all my hours, and I get to come out here and hike. You know, so it's like a long weekend every weekend, which is really nice. But I've just been really tired and kind of bummed out. I think it's probably the shortest way to put it. Just really bummed out and spending a lot of time trying to process and kind of, you know, rediscover kind of where I fit in the jigsaw puzzle of civilization. I think I've got it. You know, I fit in the jigsaw puzzle of being in the woods. So it's kind of my priority now. I'm working to save to get out, but anyways, it's really good to be out here, and I'm going to be cleaning my computer up so that I can actually take some time and go through and maybe go through all of my gear. I'd really like to show you guys specifically the new stuff that I'm getting. I can go through and talk about my old gear, but to be honest with you, you know, the stuff that I got rid of, it's almost not even important to talk about, because it was all items that I think were very just like personally unimportant. You know, like pretty much the vast majority of what I had is what I started with. You know, that's what I finished with. I don't know. I might do a video talking about my thoughts on gear. I think that might be more productive. But I'm going to start going through, and I want to show you guys all the, you know, it's exciting for me to find all the new things that I'm going to have for the PCT and Pinhoti and other future adventures, of which I have a laundry list. I think I've pretty much like charted out the map of the rest of my life, unless I can somehow find people that want to pay me to just go and do it, at which point I can expand the list. But there's going to be no shortage of things that I want to do, and I'm going to do. Anyways, okay, so ramble done. It's time for me to take a picture of this tree and start getting a move on. So I'll get back with you guys whenever I get into camp tonight. Besides, I'm actually losing light. It's almost 3. You know, I got like 3 hours I want to make sure that I have plenty of time to find a good spot, maybe like where I can listen to some water while I'm going to sleep. And have light so I can show you guys what's going on. It's already getting a little dark. Okay. Done. Done. Okay. I'll see you guys in a little while. Later.